Hello again, chaps and chapettes. How are we all doing? It is lovely to see you all again. As always, first and foremost, guys, if I do seem a little bit tall on this video, I do have an explanation for it. I have got myself a new armchair, simply just to game in and do a couple of videos, that kind of a thing. Initially, I thought I was buying a reclining chair, you know, one of those things that puts your feet up and sits you back, just to add a little bit more comfort and a bit more slobbiness, I suppose you could say. So it arrives and I thought, yeah, got a nice reclining chair on sale, cheap as chips. I thought I'd snap it up. And when it arrived, it was like an old biddy's chair, you know, them ones that you get in old folks' homes. It does recline, it does put your feet up, it does do what it's supposed to be doing, but it also, it's one of them chairs that tips you out of the chair. You know, if you're unable to get out of the chair easy, it's one of them. But I've kept it. It's comfy. It was cheap. It did its job. But yeah, I do kind of feel like an invalid stuck in a 40-year-old's body. Anyway, guys, the point of the video is I wanted to have a quick conversation with you about Israel. Now, I've spoken to you in the past about this with my worries and my concerns regarding Israel and the Middle East, whether it's going to be a catalyst towards World War III. And I said in my last video about what would happen when the likes of Iran and Lebanon and that kind of a thing start attacking Israel. Well, it's all starting to pan out now. Iran has just bombarded Israel with a shit ton of missiles. I've seen the videos over on X and Instagram, places like that. And I'm not going to lie to you guys, I am very concerned about this because it is now escalating to across the Middle East. And the West, being as the West is going to stick its oar in, is going to get involved. And with Russia being quite a massive ally in the Middle East, along with China and various other places, I do feel this is going to implode and it's going to end very badly. I do feel that this is the catalyst to World War III, or a prolonged all-out war. And that's something I don't want to see. I don't want to see young men and young women being conscripted into some bullshit situation that's 2,500 miles away from where we are actually living. Now, of course, if I had a choice of either back in the Middle East and back in China, that kind of a thing, or back in Israel, I'd have to say to Israel. But my number one loyalty is to this little country here. I don't really give a toss about Iran. I don't give a shit about Palestine. I don't really care deep down about Israel. But if I had a choice of who to back and who should be backed, then it is Israel. They are not a NATO member, obviously, but they do work within NATO for counter-terrorism, technology, that kind of a thing. So they are a decent ally to have on our side, if you ask me. But I am still very worried about how all this is going to end. There aren't going to be any peace talks. I can't see any peace talks happening anytime soon. So this will escalate, and more countries will try and rid the world of Jews and rid the world of Israel, just as people have been doing for centuries upon centuries. So where it's going to end, I'm not too sure. I do think it's going to escalate. More countries are going to get involved. I think the West is going to get involved. And then once a Western country or a NATO ally gets involved and gets attacked, then yeah, that's where we're going to see the catalyst to the start of World War III, because we're all going to get involved then. NATO gets involved, Russia gets involved, China gets involved. It's just all going to implode into a massive shitstorm. That's my opinion, guys. Please do let me know what you think in the comments. I do apologise for the lack of videos, guys. I will try and get on the case as best I can and bring you more things like this, basically. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Take it easy, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.